After all of that, I can only imagine how fired up you must be after listening to 10 minutes of Mission Impossible. I'm Neal McCready. Chase Parham is here as well. Welcome into Hand Raise, guys. We're going to take your calls. We'll talk about some stuff. Today, Chase, you've got the wrong camera, bud.
Do I really?
Yeah,
well,
it's okay.
I asked you that.
Well, and I think it's different scenes or different ways, and so it's okay. There you go. You're good.
We're good now?
All good.
Is it lined up okay?
It's lined up enough. Chase has his Cathead hat on. I've got my Blue Delta hat on. But more importantly, and I think even the people at Blue Delta and Cathead would admit this, that we're wearing our MPW Digital merch.
We are
today. I've got on the navy polo with the light blue emblem. Chase has on the navy polo with the red emblem. A lot of you have already ordered. We appreciate it. We'll make sure that links are out on social media at rebelgrove.com. It's really cool stuff. Got more stuff coming your way. So, yeah, we're here. Yeah, Jay loves Cathead. We love Cathead. Everybody's good. Been a fun day. Been a wild couple of weeks.
Yeah, like football seasons, we're less than 48 hours away at this point, and a day that felt like would never get here. I got to line back up a little bit. I cannot get myself in the frame. I keep going a little too high and a little too low. Is this better now?
Yeah, you're better. You look taller than me, but that's okay.
What's the deal?
It's all right.
I need to raise the screen up, though.
Can
you see the hat or like
you
whatever?
You need to pull the screen towards you just a little.
Oh, I need to go down?
Yeah.
You sure?
If you want the hat to be seen.
Well, I don't really care. I'm just asking.
You can. Right now we can see the shirt very prominently.
So you need that? Is that better?
Yeah. You're good. You can't see the hat. You can't see the emblem on the hat, but it's kind of a tall hat.
Okay. That's fine. We've got a schedule-ish for the podcast. Somebody asking in the thread, what happens is, I'll blame Ole Miss for this. They moved Lane Kiffin around the other day, and then that changed our times around a little bit. I mean, no offense to anybody, it was fine, but that's what altered it a little bit. Also, Fowler was on the show. We had to accommodate that around a little bit. So it was just kind of stuff on Wednesday. But for the most part, we're going to be around 1 o'clock.
I think
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Now that we've been through a week of game week, we sort of know what to expect. This is new for us because every coach I've covered here has practiced in the afternoons. And Kiffin's a morning practice guy. So I think it looks like Mondays and Tuesdays will be 1:30-ish. Probably 1:30 is just going to be the start time, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do a night show on Thursday, and then probably won't do a Friday show at all because we're going to do all day Saturday. There's really nothing to talk about on Friday.
Yeah, Saturday we're going to start, again, a long pregame show. We've got the in-game show and then the in game show. Everybody thinks I'm saying end game when I say that. And then the post-game show. It's a lot of time on air. What's your strategy here, from a hydration to an alcohol to a food? I mean, it is not just like being around, but I mean on camera, having to sort of be personable. I mean, what's sort of the body the body take care of that we do here?
You know, I'm just going to let it happen and just kind of go from there. I mean, I'm going to start with some coffee. Although on this opening weekend, assuming that the thing gets kicked off on time and it looks like it's going to happen, I'm probably going to have a glass of champagne, celebrate what isn't as compared to what could have been.
I feel like we do need like mimosas or something at 11 o'clock in the morning. Have like one quick toast on, A, we're able to go live and that whole damn thing over there works.
Yeah.
B, we've got a football season. C, there's an online store going. Like, a lot of stuff kind of went right over the course of a month if we can just get to Saturday morning. I mean, it's a culmination of things, if you will, till we get to that point.
More than anything, frankly, I'm going to toast the start of a football season that damn near wasn't. If I'm perfectly honest, and then I don't know. I'll be careful during the game. I might have a beer, maybe two, and then.
I mean, we want to create during the game. We're going to have some stuff that I think you're going to enjoy from an actual analysis standpoint. However, kind of a sports bar feel. Again, we're going to have some food. We're going to bring it in from different restaurants every single week. Visit Oxford is helping us with that. They're back for another football season. A lot of stuff just kind of there. We want to create a vibe. We know we're not going to be your primary thing. You're going to watch the game. We're watching the game, but maybe you throw us on the iPad over there. Maybe you just kind of have it up around you. I don't know. We're all going to kind of learn on this together. We're going to figure it out. So, yeah, it's exciting though. Again, as Neal mentioned, the store is live. You can find that on the message board. You can find that on Facebook. You can find that on Twitter. It's going to be in a content item on the front page that we're just going to lock in place and not touch that son of a gun. It's going to be in a lot of places. Again, the polos that we have on, some hats, the powder blue polo that is my favorite that we don't have yet. There's a couple reasons for that, but we will get that. So, yeah, a lot of stuff for you. Also, everybody keeps asking, or not everybody, a couple people have asked me about pre-ordering. Sales are going really well. I think that we can probably kill the pre-order a little quicker than maybe I thought so. So I think we have a good chance of getting your gear to you pretty quickly. We're gonna be able to turn that around and get going pretty soon because we just didn't know. We didn't know how quickly you guys would purchase merch. We didn't know what the quantity should be, what you guys would be really interested in. Although I think we had some ideas, and I think for the most part we're pretty right. Neal and I thought the polos would do really well. We thought the powder blue polo would do well. It's by far the number one seller to this point. Neal really thought those Nike hats would do well. Those Nike caps have done well. So, yeah, appreciate it from all of you. But that is there. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to get it, whatever you need in our shop. But we have more items coming, too. We've got a couple of things we're going to get to you here in the next week or so. We're going to do monthly drops of special edition items that are only going to be available for a certain amount of time. You took me way out of the screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it with your screen right now. I'm trying to get you zoomed. The problem is with that camera,
it doesn't have it pans. It doesn't have a
pans, but when it tries to adjust the resolution as you go, like Jay Tate, who is awesome, by the way, and Jay's listening to me. He knows that I feel this way about him. Dude is a stud. He's been trying to help me by text, and I think the bottom line with that camera is we need to get you a better camera.
It's just a camera issue at this point.
That's my opinion. And
it actually can zoom and we can move and we can do things with.
It's my opinion, and it's a fairly educated opinion at this point that we need to get you a better camera, and that's going to be a priority in the next week.
Okay. So where are you going to leave me at?
No, I'm about to.
Are we going to fill the space, or are we?
Yeah, no, I'm about to fix you right there. I'm gonna fill the space because I think the black is more disconcerting.
It is. Even if I get kind of brought up into it a little bit, the black seems worse, and I can kind of move it back a little. It does help a little bit.
Back your camera. There you go, and that way I can get you out a little right there. We're good right there.
Is that good?
Yep, it's good right there. Yeah, even Jay says he says it's a camera. It's not Ecamm or the system, and in this one rare case, it's not me. It's just the camera. We need to get a better one there because this camera on this computer is significantly better than that little camera that's sitting on your laptop.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah. I mean, it just is what it is. So, nonetheless, that's kind of our plan. But we will we'll have all those things for you. We'll all kind of learn together. That's kind of where we are right now.
Yeah. So people have asked, what's the plan for Saturday morning? We're coming on at 9. We'll kind of introduce the show a little bit. Ryan Brown, WJOX in Birmingham, is going to join us as well. He'll come on about 9:10 or so. We'll talk Ole Miss, Florida. We'll talk around the SEC. We'll talk just college football in general. We'll keep him until, 9:45-ish. We might take a couple of calls at that point. Edgar Thompson, longtime Florida beat writer, covers Florida for the Orlando Sentinel. He's going to join us a little after 10, and we'll talk to him for a little while. We'll go to Vaught Hemingway Stadium, kind of get a scene setter. We'll probably keep you guys till about, 10:50, 10:52, somewhere in there. We'll end this stream. We'll start a new one for kickoff, and then we'll be with you throughout kickoff. And then we'll end that stream when the game ends. We'll start another one. Hand raise guys shortly after the game. The rough plan for the people who wonder is I'm going to go right for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'll get on the Zoom call. I'll be able to tell you what Lane Kiffin said, what some players said, and Chase will get Jeffrey Wright, the W portion of MPW Digital, on with him.
That was widely known, but not everybody knew that. There were questions about that this week.
So
we had another coworker that was very upset that couldn't get his initials in our in our name.
You're a sweet guy. Thank you.
He was personally crushed at times. Like it even got a little awkward. It was like, well, I mean, I don't know. I was like, no.
That train.
I was like, we filed some paperwork and stuff. I just can't change it.
There's a patent issue. So we'll get Jeffrey on, and then when I get done, I'll come in, and then we'll probably transition to a little more of the drinking portion of the show. And Ryan Kelly says, I can't wait for the after game when we get hammered. Yep, that's the plan. And so that's what we'll do. We'll be with you till, I don't know, we'll take calls and stuff until you don't want to take calls anymore, and we'll go from there. So it'll be a fun day. It'll be an interesting day, but it's exciting. We've done a lot of cool stuff.
Rebecca asking, we're going to get hoodies in the store for the fall and the winter. That is one of the things we discussed earlier today. Can definitely do that.
All right, I got a question for the stream.
Yeah, sure.
To piggyback on what you're saying,
mm-hmm.
This is for the females in our audience, and it's also for those who might purchase for females in the audience. Do you want a hoodie? This is for women. Do you want a hoodie or do you want the zip up?
Well, do you want a zip up hoodie or do you want like a
pullover
just a
hoodie?
Normal pullover hoodie?
Right.
Yeah, that's the question.
Right. That's the question. So, I view one as a hoodie and one as almost a jacket with a hood. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, yeah. I mean,
because one's not technically a hoodie because you put it on and zip it. A hoodie, you literally pull it over.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, technically.
Sure.
I'm not trying to make this difficult. I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, I know. Got to vote for hoodie.
Okay. Avery says a hoodie. A pullover hoodie. Webb says a zip up. My wife Laura said zip up.
Okay. We can do both.
Yeah, we could do both. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, and given the quick reaction here, I think it's going to be somewhere in the 55-45 range, so we probably should do both. Yeah, we're going to do a zip up for guys. We're going to do a jacket for guys. Right?
Yeah, got a kind of. Well, I don't think it's kind of. I think it's a North Face jacket. That's an option that I really like. We've got pullovers like think Peter Millar kind of things that look that with powder with the red state on it. It's going to be a good look. We got that going on. Yeah, I got a text and also in the thread pullover hoodie with a pocket. Yeah. We also got a pocket and a zip on text too. Yeah, so really it's about 50-50 actually. People like both those different styles. So, okay.
We're going to do koozies?
I've got coffee mugs designed that look really good.
Okay.
We can do it.
Mark wants a onesie.
Hey, I mean, look.
I mean, if enough people buy
if the demand
onesie,
is there enough,
I mean,
I'm game.
A men's romper. Something tells me we would not sell enough men's rompers to make it worth our while.
No, there would be an embroidery issue on those. I have a hunch. I'm just saying.
That's
what I've learned so far is that quantity is king from an embroidery.
Have you developed a respect for retail that you did not have prior to this?
I'll be honest.
An appreciation for retail.
Well, and we've only had one thing. Actually, you know what? We do have some pint glasses we can throw in that store because we need to get rid of them. They're still in my garage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can get rid of those bad boys. We can work on that. I'm glad that the people we work with are great to deal with because they handle all our customer service. Like I went down to your driveway earlier and I got an email about, hey, I made a mistake. And I thought, that's fine. It's going to happen. We'll fix it. I'm really glad I don't have to deal with that. Like that's the part where I went, oh my God. Like I couldn't imagine like trying to figure out, hey, let's correct this prior to shipping. Let's make sure refunds are done, all this kind of stuff. I mean, that's
because we really didn't have a hiccup. We just kind of had almost a, for lack of a better word, kind of a burp where a couple of if you order $100 worth of merchandise, shipping is free.
Shipping. It should be automatic.
And it should be automatic. And for a couple of people, they had to sort of do it twice. And so we were asking questions. I remember having that exact same thought. Like, I would not want to deal with that portion of it.
Yes. Somebody asked me to explain my hat. It's a cat head cap. It says the SIP on it with the cat head logo.
It's good looking.
Neal has one somewhere around here.
Yeah, I don't know where I put mine. I wore mine during
it was on the show the other day for sure, because that's where I saw it.
We weren't on the video though. Today I wore it on the Butcher versus the spin instructor with Campbell and Greg.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Content at rebelgrove.com. That is up. You've got, I'm assuming, Food for Thought tomorrow. I saw it in the
Food
admin
for Thoughts
earlier today.
tomorrow. Neal's picks are up today. Everybody's picks. We had a lot of football content yesterday. Chase had some baseball content as well. So the last 48.
That interview with Fowler is in video form. A lot of people have commented on that as well. She talks about tickets and donations and different things. And look, Neal and I discussed it off air. I'll give her credit. She just told the truth. She was very, very honest, was very straightforward with where they are financially right now, where she believes game day to be, where they're at from a ticket standpoint. I think there's a possibility to make some adjustments to prices. They basically got all the premium seating sold, but the season tickets in other areas have not sold very well at all. She talks about that. So it's worth the 20-minute watch or listen just to kind of see where Ole Miss is financially. And because you can do percentages, but when you know actual numbers, like the athletic foundation budget rolls into the overall athletic department budget. It's part of it. And the foundation budget is typically around $30 million a year. They're down $9 million. So they're down 30% basically on budget for the year. So it's a tough deal. It is it's one of those deals that's not very good right now. But again, give her credit. She told the truth. She was pretty honest, and we'll see where it goes. I don't know what to expect. I don't think all 16,000 seats will be accounted for on Saturday. I'll be curious to see what they do executive order wise.
You think attendance
October.
goes up for Alabama?
I believe they extend. I think it's almost a certainty they're going to increase the premium seating capacity for Alabama. Are you talking about the 25% or just literally more tickets sold for Alabama?
I'm talking about the actual tickets for people that aren't in the suites. Because for the life of me, and listen, I'm glad people can go to the suites. So before anybody thinks I'm being whatever, I'm not. We'll talk about that in a minute probably. But if you can fill up the suites, shouldn't you be able to put more people in the stadium?
Well, look, in theory, yes, of course. But we know how some of this works sometimes. And I just think that one is easier than the other because one requires a complete order that is not relevant to anything else in the rest of the orders, whereas they've been very public the entire time saying that suite attendance correlates with restaurant attendance because it's an enclosed area with food, if you will. So they're making it out like a restaurant is my point.
I mean, you know me, I'm all for opening the whole thing up. I'm just don't understand some of the differentials. And I know it's not Ole Miss's fault.
Yeah, I'll get off the thing.
What are you going to do?
Chase, your camera's shaking like the Pac-12's football stance. Sorry.
They're having their meeting tonight, by the way, the Pac-12. They're having a webinar for the media.
I thought they've already said what's happening. We've already got sources, though, saying what's happening.
Oh,
right?
I haven't seen.
Yeah. Maybe Nicole Auerbach. Check her thing. I think it was her. They're going to play some games.
She might have blocked me by now.
You been mean to her?
No, I noticed a lot of my sports writer friends are no longer following me.
Do you have
on
sports
Twitter.
writer friends?
I did. I don't have as many as I once did. Somehow I'm going to get past it.
Okay. Who's unfollowed you?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Even ones that shock you?
A few that surprised me. All right, I pulled up Nicole. She's not blocked me. Larry Scott. We absolutely have the ability to have a team in the mix for a playoff.
Funny. It's good.
It's so funny.
7-game season for the Pac-12.
7 games.
Is that enough? You'll let them in at 7?
I mean, I'm not.
Starting November 6th, Grind says. Good to see Grind back in with us tonight.
Hey, Grind, what's up, man? They start. The SEC will have played roughly 6 games by the time the Pac-12 starts. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 to 6 games, depending on your bye week. Give me a break, man.
Apparently, UCLA was who was like really trying to block it today because their upper admin cares nothing about sports. So UCLA was like being the
Chip Kelly's like, this is not what I signed up for.
Oregon would have been a little easier to get along with. I have a feeling at that point. Yeah.
Oh, you know, Utah's sitting there going, we would like to play.
Speaking of sports writer friends,
okay,
we're friends with him. What's Ross doing? Because the Colin Hill thing, it's one thing for flyover media to do it. I kind of go, all right, fine, whatever. When
Yeah.
40 or Wetzel or Wolken or somebody does it.
So for the record, you're not giving Kylan Hill 100% credit for the state flag change?
I'm not.
You don't think that
I did read in the story that Columbus gave him the key to the city, though.
that'll do a lot.
You don't think so?
There's like a nice Cheddar's there.
Oh, was it Old Hickory Steakhouse? Isn't that what's in Columbus? Somebody help me.
I'm not sure.
I think it's Old Hickory.
I mean, I'm
right
sure
there on the main drag.
I'm sure Columbus is lovely.
That's where I had Tommy John rehab every day. I had to
is
drive
it?
to Columbus for that. Yeah.
Okay.
With Linton and those guys. Yeah, so he writes a story. Sports Illustrated is doing this online thing now called Cover of the Day, where they design a cover every day for Sports Illustrated. And Kylan was the no, you do not have to subscribe to Rebel Grove to buy the merch. We'll get the link to you in here somewhere.
Yeah, I'll go search for the link.
Okay. So Ross writes a story about Kylan Hill, but he makes the premise essentially that he was a huge factor. I think he called it the tweet heard round college football was the term he used, about how that was why the flag got moving and why that was one of the things that put it over the top. However, to his credit, he talked to Philip Gunn, Speaker of the House, who said that had absolutely nothing to do with anything. People worked a long time for this. That's kind of what frustrates me about it, is that the schools, a large portion of the population, a lot of people are really have been dedicated to this for a long time to get this flag changed.
Yeah.
The schools haven't been flying it since, 2015, 2016, whatever year it is.
Maybe even before that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Both
schools
Ole Miss
started
and
doing
Mississippi State got rid of it quickly.
Here's what happened. And I think all these are very relevant. A, there was just a big pressure to do it in general, overall from society, if you will.
Yeah.
Screwing with baseball regionals absolutely had an effect on it. Had a huge effect on it. There were some people even that said, hey, I hate this is what it's taking to do it, but it is what it's taking to do it. The Baptist Convention getting involved had a big part in it. There's a lot of stuff here with this. A lot of reasons why that flag has done. Because and it's nothing against Kylan Hill. I mean, whatever, it's all cool. What frustrates me about it a little bit, though, is that he admits in the story, to his credit, he wasn't actually going to sit out. At first, emotionally, he said he was going to. And then he goes, yeah, but if it got down to it, I wouldn't have. And he admits that. I mean, credit to him. It's all good. But it was just such a disingenuous take. And my point being, Ross, Mississippi native, went to state, is still very in tune with this region from a college football, from a life standpoint. And his wife is a preeminent political reporter. So she has absolutely an understanding of this state's politics, even though she hasn't covered this state in a long time. And how we got to the point where, again, I'm not even going to say pandering, because I don't necessarily think that's fair, and it was low-hanging fruit to do a profile that overall as a profile was pretty good. I mean, about Kylan Hill, the player, and the person and all that. It was a well-done story. But the premise just lacked so much, and I think that frustrated me, was we're not talking about the flyover Pat 40. We're talking about somebody who really understands and is from this state writing that, and it just wasn't true to the point that it was tried. He tried to walk it back. He talked to Gunn. I think if Ross was on the show right now, and we have him on from time to time, he would go, well, that's not really what I said. And I understand that, but it was definitely the tone that anybody outside of the region would have taken from the story, in my opinion.
And here's what frustrated me with Ross's story. A flyby media person would not understand how big college baseball is here.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, if you live in Washington State, you don't get it. And
they
that's
go,
cool.
Sure, there's this and that.
Because it's not a big deal in most places.
But that was a huge deal here.
So if you're going to credit sports for it,
yeah, that's
as big as Kylan Hill, if not
it's
bigger
bigger because it throws in economics.
Right.
Oxford and Starkville went, whoa, now that's 30,000 people over 3 days in our town.
Yeah, you have two programs that are traditionally,
and Southern Miss does it occasionally.
Yeah, but it was mostly about Ole Miss and
yeah.
State. Two programs that are top 15 national college baseball programs that host regionals and often host super regionals and pack, more importantly than what they do on the field, they pack their stadiums. And the thought of, hey, you're not going to have a regional.
Well,
in the middle of a year where Ole Miss was 16-1 and Mississippi State had a good team, and they both said, wait a minute, we make a lot of money on college baseball. We missed a couple of super chats. I want to touch on those. Let's see if I can get back to it. There he is. Our friend Webb Moore. Love the new merchandise. Thank you, Webb. Please ensure you have stickers that are vinyl so they will not wash off, much like the M Club or Alumni M. What are our thoughts on John Rice Plumley being a running back. What do you expect? What do you expect out of Plumley Saturday? You expect him to be at running back or quarterback or receiver or what?
I think he will play some quarterback. And yes, I think he will do something over there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what that necessarily means. I don't know if that's like some H-back thing. I don't know if that's in the slot. But I do think he has plays over there where he at least has the potential to catch a pass. I think he has potential to throw a pass from an odd position. I think they're going to move him around and do some stuff. I still don't really know where I settle on snaps in the game. I'm not sure.
And our friend Ben Leslie, also with another super chat. Thank you, Ben. He says, has ESPN's Mark Jones lost his damn mind? Did you see this?
You sent it to me.
Whew. That's beyond woke. It was stupid.
It was literally to get attention, right?
Yeah, okay, but
right?
I guess there's a 0.00000% chance that Mark Jones had to worry about the security guard guarding the press box shooting him.
Did you see where they went back and found his old tweet where he was thanking the police escorts because they saved him so much time getting to the stadium?
No.
Oh, yeah. Twitter sucks sometimes. Twitter is pretty funny sometimes too, though. When you ask
Twitter
for it.
receipts.
Yeah. When you ask for it, it's all good. It's kind of funny. But yes, that happened. That was the thing.
Just a terrible look.
ESPN gonna do anything?
I mean, I don't want him to get canceled.
I'm not saying that. I'm just
I
saying
would like for ESPN to say, hey, you should apologize. You should apologize to the law enforcement that takes care of you week in and week out without shooting you. And you're never threatened to be shot.
JM, we're talking about our own merch. We do appreciate it. He said I spent $80 at College Corner tonight and got his Rebel Grove discount of 15%.
That a boy.
Well, we accept
Yes,
that
sir.
too. We accept that too. That's
you people are making me happy today.
What's everybody drinking in the thread tonight? What's going on? What are we watching? We've got UAB South Owl on at the moment.
UAB up 14-7.
I do like those South Owl uniforms. The red on the white.
Yeah, it's a good look.
That's about as
And I love the UAB
for a
helmet.
non-Power 5. That's about as well as you see red and white done.
Yeah.
It's not Wisconsin, but it's good.
No,
it's
it's
fine.
solid. I don't like the little Jaguar on the back of the jersey. That's one thing too much.
Sorry, yeah, I know we didn't really say that. Mark Jones, I've got it here. Hold on. I don't think Neal's texted me a ton today, so I can find it. All right, here it is. It says, quote, Saturday at my football game, I'll tell the police officer on duty to, quote, protect, unquote, me. He can just take the day off. I'd rather not have the officer shoot me because he feared for his life because of my black skin or other dumb-ish, ISH. I'm not signing my own death certificate, the 100 emoji, to end it. Mark Jones, he works for ESPN. He's a play-by-play announcer.
A very good one.
For
He's very talented.
NBA, NCAA, and college football.
Yep, he's very good, very versatile, very
I don't
good
know
at
that
what
I
he
know
does.
what he looks like. I can't place him.
Yeah, good-looking guy.
Well, yeah, I didn't mean that. I just don't know his face.
Yeah, just solid. Very one of their more versatile guys. Just I'll give you an emotional moment and let it go. And it was dumb. And he should walk it back publicly. Not for me, but for the law enforcement that protects him. And for law enforcement in general.
Couple things in the thread. Somebody asking, do the Nike polos run large or small? Frankly, they're pretty true. Neal and I both have them on, and I think they're running pretty true. They are not the Nike, oh my God, you better buy 4 sizes larger than you're getting. I mean, they're pretty normal.
I'm wearing a large. You are too, I think.
I am.
And
yeah.
they fit pretty much true to form.
Yeah, I have no issue with them whatsoever. And we have one other thing too. The polos in there, they're in 2 different things because they're 2 different Nike versions, but both of them fit almost equally. You won't tell much difference between them. It's just some of the colors are available in one and not the others when we did that. I think one has got the blues in it. The other has maybe white and powder maybe in that one. The red's in there somewhere too. So that's That's why. That's all. That's what's up. So anyway, that's one of the topics. I feel like I'm trying to remember what all is going on.
I had a big day today.
You did?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Should I even talk about it?
Up to you. You want to talk about it? I mean, I don't necessarily have.
You have any strong opinions?
I don't have. I don't have a story with it yet. So I mean, that's up to you. Yes or no?
I don't mind. Laura says I shouldn't put it in my Twitter profile.
Well, you shouldn't.
I know.
Because I will say,
it is serious for a lot of people.
You fixate before you even do it. I mean, and because it's where, and it's not because, oh God, I'm letting Neal out on the thing. I'm in a weird spot with it because I haven't. Where's my COVID?
Yeah.
I haven't had it to the best of my knowledge. I mean, I guess I could have been asymptomatic at some point. I don't know, but I have not. Whatever. But I am somebody who has a family member incredibly affected.
Right.
My grandfather is going to pass away at some point from COVID. He's negative now, but that has shortened his life to this point. That I don't know whatever. I know some younger people that have had some cardiovascular issues through it to some extent. So it's what's so dangerous about this because some people are perfectly fine, some people aren't, and it's what creates this monster that both sides go, well, we know so-and-so, so it's whatever, and then you got people go, well, I had it and it wasn't a big deal. It's part of what has created this craziness around this thing.
I pretty much knew I had it in August, and so I quarantined. Mm-hmm. I would have bet really good money that I had it. I called Chase on a Thursday. We were getting ready. He was about to come over here.
There was a day where some of you guys had it kind of snuffed out.
Yeah, and I called him and I said, hey, man, I don't think you should come. I'm fine, but I've got a fever. I don't have any other symptom, but I have a fever, and I kind of felt a little funny. And I had a cough for a few days. I never had any bad symptoms. Fever went away within 24 hours. One day I took a nap. I don't take naps. I took a nap one day. I worked out on the Peloton every day. One day, 5 minutes in, I was dripping wet, which was odd because that's not usually the way it works. And anyway, today I went and got antibody tested, and sure enough, I've got antibodies for the short term and the long term. So I had it about the time that I thought I had it. So basically, went through. Well, I can't say it went through my house. One of my daughters tested positive for the antibodies. She had it back in the same time I had it too. So I suspect we probably all had it. Most everybody was asymptomatic, but who knows?
I mean, it's the nice thing. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, no matter what's going on, it's pretty nice even from our setup right now because you and Haley have both had it. Yeah. So, I mean, we're all cool to do kind of whatever.
You're good.
Our room has herd immunity, if you will.
You can walk in here totally safe.
Yeah,
you're good. Yeah.
We can sit wherever and, I mean, frankly, do anything at this point. It's fine.
I do have a question.
Okay.
That I wonder about. And I asked the doctor today, and she said that's a great question. I don't have the answer. If I have immunity, and I have proof that I have immunity because I've tested positive for antibodies. And again, this isn't a mask thing. I'm asking, why do I need to wear one? I can't get it and I can't give it. Why do I have to wear a mask? Or why do I need to wear a mask?
You can't. I mean, I'm trying to think science-wise. Yeah, you can't expel it, can you?
No, I don't have it. Because if I had it, I wouldn't have the antibodies for it yet. I've had it and recovered from it.
Yeah, that's what you mean.
And I can't get it for 3 months at a minimum, per the doctor. Not me. No conspiracy. That's what a medical person told me.
Most people are doing that. I mean, even Ole Miss is saying 90 days on testing. SEC saying 90 days on testing. That's
So I've got to wear a mask everywhere I go. Why? Why don't we have – this is my question. Why can't people have a card that proves, like a driver's license, that proves, hey, I had it, I've recovered, this is my immunity period?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, that's a valid thing. I mean, I think a lot of people are – I mean, because I think a lot of people are doing it simply for reminders, for comfort levels of others, that kind of thing. Serious question. Webb says again. Thank you, favorite super chatter. The doctor from China has evidence that China created this virus. Do you think it is an act of war? I feel like it is. It's been more than 3 times. I think the world would destroy China. It is what's definitely an act of war. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Now, would there be retaliation to this point? I mean, to that? It's a good question. I don't.
Did they intentionally release it?
Yeah, it would require you to go. It would be an agent that you put out into the world for this reason.
Although there is kind of a Nixonian thing to it, even if they didn't intentionally release it, they knew it was out there and they didn't warn the world.
Sure.
They lied about it.
Sure. A little bit of news, I guess. It was on the board earlier today. I spent more time than I wanted to today on it when I had it earlier, and I kind of screwed up a little bit. Ole Miss baseball has temporarily paused all activity because of COVID. I think they might have even said how many players had it. I don't remember if it was in that release or not, but nonetheless.
I think so. It's like
6 maybe?
That sounds right.
6 or something. They're going to pause 2 weeks.
They're pretty much up to
back.
100% herd immunity.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some disagreement on exactly how many players have immunity, but it's not a small number. It's a pretty good many.
It's a majority.
Because they're factoring in kind of when you were positive too and whether they're considering you to have had immunity. But as of right now, it's all within 90 days. So at the moment, they've had a lot, but they have stopped. They've even sent some players home for a few days. They've done a lot of stuff. Look, now better than the spring. It's cool. No big deal. They'll start back. It is frustrating for a lot of guys, though. I mean, if you kind of threw well last weekend, you're trying to get back in it. Now you got to wait 2 more weeks.
So that's pretty much the end of – will they go through October?
Yeah. They'll start back on the 8th. Currently, the Pizza Bowl's set for October 30th.
Oh, okay.
But you have 45 days, and I would think maybe you can get an extension here. I think they'll be able to pretty much finish fall. They'll just have
even
this
if you
delay
don't
in the middle.
do all 45 days, it's not impacting your ability to get ready.
You can also just start inter-squad multiple times a week. Nobody's telling you what you can do or not do. So, look, the NCAA is dumb in a lot of ways. They're pretty good about giving some leniency here to allow practices to complete and some stuff along those lines. So it's all.
As it pertains to COVID, they've been pretty lenient.
So, let's see.
What else you got?
I got some stuff.
Okay. I didn't know. I'm good.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I've got our dashboard up. I was seeing what's like sold to people that have got stuff moving. Yeah, the powder blue polos are really taking off now. Like,
it's a good look.
Like big time taking off.
I love this one, the navy with the powder.
That's been your favorite the whole time
since day one, and love it. Look forward to getting the embroidered version.
Yeah, the heat, we have them heat on ours to get them early to show you guys. We've got ours heat mapped or whatever it's called. They're fine. I mean, people would buy them that way, but I do think the embroidered looks better. I feel better about the embroidered.
Speaking of looks, Gators going with the orange pants, white top, orange helmet. Ole Miss obviously going with the powder.
It's a good uniform day.
It's a great uniform day.
Because at home, I don't mind when Florida wears the white helmet, but when they're on the road, I need the orange helmet.
I need the orange helmet, and I don't like their blue pants.
They're wearing orange pants.
Orange pants, white top.
Good look.
It's a good look. And I like, since Ole Miss is wearing white pants, I like that Florida's not. You get the contrast.
It's the best uniform game of the day.
Ooh. Well, the only one that immediately comes to mind
is Auburn and Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because Auburn's at home.
Yeah.
So you're getting the white hat, the blue top, the white pants. And
Auburn's
Kentucky doesn't screw up the road uniforms as bad as they screw up their home uniforms.
See, we've been doing this too long.
Yeah.
You knew where I was going. The only concern I have is that Kentucky has a tendency to try too hard. Kentucky has a tendency.
They can do some chrome, some black, some stuff.
Kentucky has the tendency to go to LB's and get the bone-in ribeye and marinate it in Worcestershire because they think it's going to give it another flavor profile.
Ooh, marinated in Worcestershire.
They do. You see what I'm saying? When all you got to do is salt and pepper and put the thing on the grill. Don't overthink it.
Are you good with the people who douse the burgers in Dale's? To keep them moist.
See, to me, a burger is a different thing than a steak.
That's why I asked that.
Yeah, so that's fine. Whatever you got to do.
The logo is not going to be as big on your shirt. Somebody said in the chat, that was one of the reasons I'm really glad we got these shirts is we have shrunk the logo on the polos.
Yeah.
They will be normal size. You'll be all good to go.
Yeah.
No big deal. Chet, a mid-April type of podcast discussion is ours every week, bud. You came to the wrong place if you're looking for diehard football content.
If you're looking for breaking it down, I highly suggest that you listen.
I can pick a couple, but this is not one.
I highly suggest that you listen to Chris Landry tomorrow morning on SEC Football and Beyond. He will break it down.
Yeah.
And we get, honestly, in a typical game week, and this is sort of a typical game week, it's heavy on the football Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and by Thursday,
the hay's on the barn.
We get away from the hardcore football. Because it's done. There's nothing more to write about.
Yet no liquid marinades on steak ever. Because if you have a good enough meat, you never need a liquid marinade.
Unless you're talking – the only exception I have, and I wrote about this in the mailbag.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. If you're going to do – that's okay. You don't have to read every word that I write. Yeah. We're around each other enough. It's good.
Well, usually I pick questions out for the day of the topics, but you're kind of my Mike and Mike on Wednesdays. But go ahead.
So if you're doing – it's just my opinion. People are free to disagree.
Okay.
If you're going to do like steak tacos or street tacos or whatnot.
Well, that's different.
You can marinate a flank steak
Sure.
or a flat iron steak or even a tri-tip.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you're doing a ribeye or a filet or something, no, you don't need to marinate it because that's taking away from the
salt, pepper. I'll go with garlic if you want to do that.
A little garlic powder's fine.
Yeah, I'm good there. That's about it.
There's a jalapeno salt that sometimes I might sprinkle a little on.
Okay.
I like that. But not much. Usually it's just salt and pepper. Usually I don't even do the
You don't do garlic? I do garlic almost always.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like garlic powder or salt.
Powder.
Yeah.
Yeah, garlic powder. Because I've never. Could you garlic salt and just not do the salt?
You could. You could even do seasoned salt and not do the salt and get a little different flavor profile if you wanted to.
Okay. You tried the St. Elmo's seasoning?
It's fantastic.
It's good. Okay.
No, it's beyond good.
Look, we're still going to make fun of them, but I am starting to get it a little bit.
No.
Like everything I try, I go, damn this thing. Okay.
I had that thought the other day.
Yeah.
Because I did the sauce on a chicken breast.
There's steak sauce.
The steak sauce on a chicken breast.
Okay. I've done it on pork.
It was a game changer.
Was it really?
Yeah, I had a moment where I went, I'm not going to be able to make fun of these guys much more. Yeah.
Because you like the cocktail sauce.
Yeah, I now want to go to Indianapolis and have the experience.
You do?
I do. No, totally serious.
You're in on this now.
Well, I want to see it in person, but so far everything that I've had was really good. Like now that you say that.
I haven't tried the creamy horseradish yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, I'm going to go to LB's tomorrow and get some shrimp and just boil them and do the sauce again. That cocktail sauce is really good.
Got to read through the chat a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Montreal steak seasoning. It's good.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's similar to the St. Elmo's, just not quite as good.
I told you the St. Elmo's, when we started putting it on like vegetables and stuff, like it's great on asparagus.
Yeah, I can see that. It'd be
Yeah.
good on like broccoli, roasted broccoli.
Maybe not sprouts as much.
I like balsamic on roasted sprouts.
Yes, ketchup on your steak always, every time.
No.
100%.
No.
We're going to go to calls. We'll get there. That's not even... Like the ketchup on the chicken nugget is a palate thing. Ketchup on a steak, you're just a serial killer. Like, it's just... I don't even understand what you're doing. I don't... There are levels to whatever. Like if you want to put ketchup on a hot dog, like I may judge you, but fine, whatever. It's all good. If you want to eat chicken nuggets and throw some ketchup on it, okay, fine, whatever. But on the steak, what's the bigger faux pas? Is it ketchup or well done?
Well done. No, both.
Well, now both, and we have the serious issue.
Either one's bad.
You don't think one's worse than the other?
Ketchup's
worse.
Ketchup's worse.
Because at least the other way, you're just, it is what it is, and you like what you like, but the temperature at that level is still a temperature. So, I've never seen Dan out and about in a college football town on the weekend. No idea.
Dan Wilkin?
Yeah.
No.
Ask on the thread.
No,
I know I'm pizza ketchup boy. I know still. I have a pretty good palate other than that one thing, okay? I get it. It's fine. Whatever. It's nostalgia is what it is.
Yeah, I guess
nostalgia.
so. I guess so.
I always walk into it though. It's fine. I'm good.
You own it. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. UMass decided to play, but nobody noticed. Because they're an independent. They actually need like games and stuff.
Yeah, they need the money. That's what sucks for like the MAC schools and stuff. I mean, all these jobs that have been lost. I mean, I don't want to get somber here, but that's what sucks. There was a way around a lot of this, my opinion. Tyler Fitch, thank you for the super chat. He says, if you found out your now significant other put ketchup on their steak on date 3, would it have been a deal breaker? That's a great question.
No. But I would have some questions. I would need to run through some foods. Because if this works out, we're eating dinner together most nights a year. Can we talk about this? What do you eat? What do you not eat?
You're being too nice.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a borderline deal breaker. It would create seeds of doubt that you would have a hard time getting past.
That they had ketchup on their steak.
Yeah, because it says...
Where are we at?
Date 3.
No, but what kind of steak? Well, where are we at? Like, are we at Logan's?
Does it matter?
Well, yes. It does a little bit.
Okay. Well, if
there's a different level of offense if we're at Logan's versus we're at, like, a really good steakhouse, like where that's the experience and the whatever and the white tablecloth and the whole deal.
Tyler, I assume you're still there. Weigh in and give us a judgment since you contributed to the question. Is there a difference between Logan's and
I'm just like
either
Texas Roadhouse, whatever.
Or
like,
what about you're cooking it? It's date 3, you're cooking at home. This is a big deal. You're cooking and you go out and you go to LB's.
Yeah, sure.
You go to LB's and you say, hey, Greg, what do you recommend? And he says, I'd get this bone-in ribeye. It's fantastic. And she says, I want it. Or you cook it the way she wants it.
And she goes,
and then she pours
do you have
ketchup all over it. Webb does ask a very pertinent question here.
I see it.
This makes you wonder. No, it does. Seriously. Hold on a minute. I know you're wanting to roll your eyes. When you fix up your house, when you buy a house, is she going to decorate as if she puts ketchup all over the good steak?
You think there's a connection there?
I don't think it.
I think if we're gonna, and this goes for man, woman, or anything, I do think Peyton has a good point. Ketchup on steak means they aren't going to eat anything outside of chicken tenders. It is going to. I do think it means that they're not an adventurous eater.
That's fair.
That you're probably dealing with somebody who's going to be very, hey, meatloaf and tacos and grilled chicken and whatever. And so next month when you're going, hey, I'm going to surprise them. We're going to go and you know what? We're going to do this chef's tasting and we're going to have the oysters and we're going to have this and we're going to do some bone marrow and this they're probably going to go whoa.
Not going to get the grilled octopus with the lemon.
Yeah.
Vinaigrette.
I think that's more what it means is just be prepared that it's probably some sort of palate issue that will go into other meals.
I can buy that answer.
And if you can go with that, cool.
I'll buy that answer.
Tower says, we go to, let's say, Ruth Chris. It's really a breaker for me. Same applies for my cooking at home. You know, I'm not a big Ruth Chris fan. You know, Jeffrey's obsessed with it.
He loves it.
It's very average to me.
It's fine.
It just... Because he'll get on this big thing and go, well, you know, the chopped salad. I'm like, okay.
He loves it, though.
He does. Okay, credit to him.
Well, you know what? I think it's sentimental.
Well, I get that. So,
yeah. So you understand that.
Yeah.
Mark says, hand raise guys post-debate Tuesday. If not, please defend this decision.
We discussed it this morning. We
did
spent a minute on it.
We
did not come to a clear answer on this yet.
Well, 4 years ago, we absolutely would have talked politics.
We covered it ridiculously 4 years ago.
And now everybody's all worked up.
Yeah, is it worth the headache is the question at this point.
Is it must-watch television Tuesday night?
100%.
Absolutely.
At least the first one, to see what this looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe after that, you go, okay, they're not going to do this. We're not going to do this.
All right,
whatever.
question for the thread. And this is not political. We're curious what you think because
Sure.
we debated this morning.
Sure.
Does Biden – we know Trump won't wear a mask out on the stage.
You don't think so?
I'd be shocked. Now, when you say does Biden wear a mask, I'm torn. I go back and forth. Do you think Joe Biden wears a mask on the stage Tuesday night? And then another question, should he?
Well, they've all been tested.
Well, I know, but
times.
Well, if they're on the stage, they're both negative. The question is, are you doing it for optics? Are you doing it because the mask is a symbol of compassion? Ryan Wiggins with absolute blasphemy in this thread. He says, unpopular opinion, Kate Upton not as hot as everyone makes her out to be. Sorry, not sorry. I got to tell you, Ryan, I'd like to see the women you've been around if you don't think Kate Upton's hot. That's it. That's my only thought. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. If she's not hot in your world, I'd like to hang out in your world for a few minutes.
Most people saying everybody's going to wear a mask, or at least some people will.
Oh, you think Trump wears a mask?
There's some of that in the thread.
Oh, I don't think there's a chance Trump wears a mask. I don't. I mean, I'll be shocked. If Donald Trump comes out on the stage wearing a mask on Tuesday night, I'm going to be like, oh, my God. And that's not a political thing. I would just be shocked because I think part of his thing is, hey, we as a country are moving on. We're moving past this. The pandemic is over. It's time for the economy to recover. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
his political stance. Because Joe Biden has said that if he's elected president and the pandemic is not solved, he will make a national mask mandate one of his first orders one of his first items on his agenda. So I can't imagine Trump playing into that politically.
Yeah. It could be such a weird juxtaposition.
So here's another question. What do you think are the big topics? And it's Chris Matthews as the moderator.
We've already seen the topics, though.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
See, I've missed out.
They came out. Hold
Okay.
on. I mean, it's what you would expect. Hold on. I did see this. The Washington Post, I think. Debate organizers reveal 6 topics for first showdown. This is from Politico. I'm reading from Politico. It wasn't actually from Politico.
Okay. Blake Robinson says that Trump already said at a rally that he was not wearing a mask.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. According to a person familiar with the planning, the 90-minute debate will be divided into 6 15-minute discussion areas.
Okay.
They include Trump and Biden records,
Okay.
the Supreme Court,
Yeah.
the coronavirus pandemic,
Okay.
race and violence in cities,
Okay.
election integrity,
Okay.
and the economy.
They're going to cover all of that in 90 minutes?
Only 15 minutes per topic.
Dude, we're just touching the surface on that.
Frankly, those are the 6 topics.
Yeah,
We should just do 2 per debate.
Yeah, you can't cover
Give
those.
45 minutes per debate, and we'll do 2 more next week, and then we'll do 2 more the next week.
I couldn't agree more. There's no way you cover that in 90 minutes to anyone's satisfaction. But I'm in. I'm totally locked in because I still can't believe as a country that we're going to have a debate between 2 men in their mid to late 70s. And I'll be honest, I question the mental faculties of both of them. Not just Biden. I question the mental faculties of both. That's a hell of a job. The energy demand of that job, forget the politics, the energy demand of that job, and I question it.
We've seen it before, but I saw Beschloss put it out this morning. The letter from HW to Clinton such a simpler, better time. I mean, like, just the transfer of power of that letter.
Well,
You went,
as someone who has read a whole lot about George H.W. Bush and his life,
yeah, I'll find it while we're talking about
that was a painful letter for him to write. That election was a painful loss for him, but he was a man of incredible dignity, character, and he loved the country. He legitimately loved the country. And the way that he ended that letter with, by the time you read this, you will be our president.
Yeah, I've got the letter here. So this is a tradition in the White House. Neal and I've read a lot of president books.
Mm-hmm.
Is on the day that your term ends, you essentially leave a letter for the next president, and on the desk. This is dated January 20th, 1993. The White House letterhead: Dear Bill, when I walked into this office just now, I felt the same sense of wonder and respect that I felt 4 years ago. I know you will feel that too. I wish you great happiness here. I never felt the loneliness some presidents have described. There will be very tough times, made even more difficult by criticism you may not think is fair. I'm not a very good one to give advice, but just don't let the critics discourage you or push you off course. You will be our, with our underline, president when you read this note. I wish you well. I wish your family well. Your success now is our country's success. I'm rooting hard for you. Good luck, George. That's about as well as it's done right there.
You know, everybody's always talked about that letter being written. I've always wondered what Clinton thought when he sat and read it in a quiet moment in the White House. I think I know the answer because the two men became very good friends. Clinton referred to George H.W. Bush
pseudo father
as almost a father. Yeah, I suspect it was a letter that lent him great respect for his predecessor.
Oh man, I would read a coffee table book on every letter the president left to the next one. That would be a fascinating.
Wouldn't you love to have that
book through history?
I mean, people have always said, you know, I always get the mailbag question: if you could talk to a president, what would you? I would. That would be one of the first questions I would have for Bill Clinton is, in your first hour in office, when you sat at that desk and you read that letter in the privacy of the office of your own, probably the 15 minutes of privacy that you had that day.
Before it all started, whatever.
Yeah, you had balls and you had all the stuff and all the things. What did that letter mean to you? What did you think? What did you feel? I would love to know that. I suspect I know the answer. I always thought it was so cool that, I guess it was George W. Bush sent Clinton and his father on a humanitarian trip together, and the two men really got to know each other and became great friends. There's that great photo of Clinton with George H.W. Bush at that time in a wheelchair at Kennebunkport with the Labrador at his side, and Clinton had George W. Bush socks on.
Oh, yeah.
And I always thought that was such a neat picture of a relationship that had gone to a place that I'm sure both of them in 1991, 1992 never thought possible.
Yes, the 2-hour pregame show will be all football, Chet. We will talk football that morning.
Yeah, this show on Thursday nights has never been all football or all sports, and I don't know that it ever will be.
No.
That's just not what we are. That's not who we are as people. That's not our brand, and it's not where we naturally go. We don't sit around all day, every day, and talk football. We've written a lot. We've written a lot of football and baseball this week. I don't know what else there is to say. They're going to play a game in a day and a half, thank God. And
I don't think Lane knows what's going to happen on Saturday.
Well, he said he didn't.
Yeah, I mean.
In my experience with Kiffin, and a lot of people in the media are having a hard time with this, I actually think he tells the truth. He's not going to tell you personnel stuff. He refuses. And I'm fine with it. Okay, cool. Because they'll play Saturday morning. Someone will take the first snap. Someone will take the 5th snap, the 8th snap, the 12th snap. It's a scoreboard business.
I do think he's going to play a lot of dudes on Saturday.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes. I do think that.
Chet, no, I do not work for Ole Miss. Are you being serious?
Yeah, was he asked that?
He said, Neal, don't you work for Ole Miss?
No.
No. I do not.
Golf visors are really moving through our store too.
Oh yeah.
Set it up, yeah. They're almost even with the caps. It surprised you a little bit.
Well, I'm a bald guy, so you don't wear visors, so I don't really think about them. I love the way they look. If I had a full head of hair, I'd wear a visor. I mean, I'm not hating on visors, but when you're bald, they're not part of it.
You can't wear a tour golf visor. No. You would look like an idiot.
Yeah. All right, you want to take some calls?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I've got it up. That's what she said.
Can you turn mine down a little? Because I actually have headphones I can hear on now, and I feel like we're in the middle of an IMAX movie theater.
You're on number... I'm not sure which one you're on. I'll just kind of turn them all down a little bit because that's not going to affect...
No, it's all good.
It's all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, it worked. How about that?
Hey, there's no ringing.
There's no ring. Who do we have?
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Bubba, what's up?
I'm doing great. How about y'all?
Man, we're doing awesome.
So, just hanging out. Sorry I missed your call on Saturday. I was having to work, and it just messed me up on Saturday.
That's okay.
But sitting here with my daddy and kind of just hanging out. Daddy, you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, fellers, how you doing? Been better. Costs more.
So anyway, hey, Neal and Chase, I always call my daddy today, and we always go over the games. If y'all want to go over them, we always do it every single. Yeah, we always go over. All right, we just go over the SEC games, and all right, Daddy, I'll start Kentucky and Auburn. I think Auburn's going to beat Kentucky, and I don't know. I think Gus is the luckiest man alive. He's a little bipolar, like an ex-girlfriend. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he don't. He always loses games he's not supposed to. What do you think, Daddy? Daddy?
I disagree with you. I think the Rona 19 is going to come in there and turn everything upside down, and it's just going to change the world like it's changed everything for everybody else. Plus, Kentucky bourbon's just a heck of a lot better than any of that stuff they got in Alabama.
So Kentucky is an 8-point underdog. You got Auburn covering the 8, or do you have Kentucky covering it?
I think it's just going to be a runaway. I just think Auburn's all screwed up. Besides that, they just not as good as everybody thinks. And I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but you fellas, old Gus, he's just a nut anyway. And he wears one of them visors like you boys was talking about a while ago. And that's just like old Spurrier. I don't like Spurrier either.
Don't get him started. Anyway.
All right, what you got next, Bubba?
Florida and Ole Miss. Dad, I can't choose against my boys because I got to get some love from there. But I think if we can run the ball, we'll win. And I've tried to do a Rona curse on that Florida quarterback, and I just can't stand Mullen. He can make a good man hate.
So you want Kyle Trask, the Florida quarterback, to get the coronavirus? Is that what you're saying?
Well, to win, yeah. Yep. And
pretty
Daddy,
hardcore there, Bubba.
Prepare yourself. Daddy, what do you think?
Well, I don't like Florida either. In fact, it wouldn't bother me if a hurricane sat down there. I guess they'd call it Delta. But if it sat down in Gainesville, it wouldn't hurt me, Claude. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. That's Bubba's first name. He hates it, and I hate it too.
Bubba's first name is Claude?
Claude.
Okay.
Daddy.
Claude.
Because there's a lot of people, Bubba, that want to figure out who you are. They want to find you. They want to be able to They want to be able to reach out and get in touch with Bubba. That we even have people, if I'm totally honest, Bubba, we have people, I get it all the time. I can only imagine how often Chase gets it. Hey, is Bubba real? And I'm like, well, why would he not be real? But that's the question that we get all the time. Is Bubba real? So now we know that Bubba is Claude. Is that with an E on the end?
Sure is. Named after my granddaddy.
I'm gonna kill you, Daddy.
Hey, Diddy, what was your granddaddy's name?
Claude.
What was his last name?
Oh,
Daddy.
well, that's a hard thing to say.
Daddy.
It's an Indian name, but I don't know exactly how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Daddy, don't you
Somebody
do it.
called him Claude when I was a baby.
Hey, he's crazy as old Bernie Sanders. Don't listen to him, boys.
All right. So y'all have got you got Ole Miss and Florida. You're both taking the